sound check. Oh, it looks like it's actually going.
Yep, I have
Okay, you're live.
everything set up. It looks like we're going to get ready to get started here. I know our scheduled time was 5:30 for the JV. We don't have any wrestlers on the mat right now, so we are still kind of waiting. If you're out there at home listening, the scheduled time is to be at 5:30, but it looks like we may be a few more minutes before we have some matches. Okay, it looks like we're going to get started here. Is that coming through on your end okay?
I haven't pulled it up. We have no
So,
viewers yet.
perfect, that's even better. So we're just going to go to those who are re-watching this. Right now we have Wirston Watts and Crew Bowen, 144 pounds. They are our first JV match. Both these guys still on their feet, still neutral. Now a nice little head chuck there by Crew, but he wasn't able to follow through. Wirston is going to get the three-point takedown. Wirston on top, Crew Bowen on the bottom. Crew trying to get to his feet. Wirston doing a good job there, keeping his weight on him, trying to work into a cradle. Crew now grabs the leg, which is a good thing to try if he has any hope of getting a reversal. And he almost gets close. He's getting close. He keeps pulling on the leg, keeps lifting. 48 seconds left on the clock. Score is 0-3. Crew really needs to just pull that leg in and keep working that. Clock ticks down to 30 seconds. Crew releases the leg. Wirston's going to get to his feet. Crew trying to get to his feet. Wirston goes to a standing cradle. He can't get his hands locked. They end up back on the mat. Hard crossface there by Wirston on Crew. Wirston trying to pull that double arm to roll him around. Looks like he may get him some points scored. Crew got to get off of his back. 10 seconds left on the clock, and Wirston has those arms sucked up. Crew's on his back, trying to keep on his stomach. I don't think Wirston can pin him from this. Time's going to run out. So he will get the 4 points near fall. That'll put the score 0-7. So Crew with a little bit of work to make up here. He wins the toss. He's going to defer. And Wirston from Evanston chooses to start the second round neutral. We'll start the second round just like we started the first. Both wrestlers still on their feet. Crew working towards a headlock. Can't get his hand released though. Still on their feet at 1:30 left in the second period. Still 0-7. Wirston shoots in for the single, turns it into a duck under, goes up behind him, gets another three-point takedown. Score's going to be 0-10. 1 minute left showing on the clock, second period. Crew trying to get back to his hands and knees. Worston with a tight waist, puts him back down. Worston working that elbow, working the tight waist. Gets Crew broke down flat now, starting to work on that single arm bar. He's got it shallow, but he's going to try to walk it around, and that almost never works. He is going to get Crew on his back. Ref is going to get down and take a look. 28 seconds left on the clock, and Crew is going to get pinned with 28 seconds left showing on the clock. Second period. Up next, we're going to have Zach Hill from Evanston and Sam Montgomery from South Summit. 150-pound weight class. They'll shake hands and they'll get started. Sam Montgomery, Zach Hill. Zach kind of shoots in. Sam does a good headlock there, gets ahead, gets the arm. He's going to put Zach almost on his back. Zach doing a good job of spreading those legs out. And now Zach is able to, or Sam's able to get him on his back again with a crossface. He did just have the one 3-point takedown, and now he's going to get 4 points for the near fall. Score's going to be 7-0. Looks like they're going to give him a 3-point near fall, so 6-0. Sam Montgomery on top, Zach Hill on the bottom. Sam ties up the legs, starts working the upper body. Zach Hill still on his hands and knees. The best thing here is Sam's got those legs tied up. Doesn't allow Zach Hill to do much. He releases the legs now, does an elbow chop, gets Zach broke down, hard crossface. He's going to try to roll him over. That's not going to go well. Sam now working on the cradle. Can't get that. Starts into a crossbody ride, gets the leg looped. And just going to try to brute force with a crossface down to put Zach Hill on his back. Zach immediately rolls through, goes to his stomach, back to his hands and knees. Sam Montgomery tries to go to a cradle from hands and knees, but he's not going to be able to get his hands locked. He's got to get him broke down first. Zach Hill trying to crawl out from under him, grabs the leg, 13 seconds left on the clock. Sam Montgomery a little high. Zach Hill driving and lifting. He's going to get the lift, and he's going to get the three. Nope, the ref says no 3-point takedown. As time ran out, Zach had the 3-point takedown as right at the buzzer, and the ref says no, which his legitimate call. He's the one down on the mat. He's making the calls. He can determine when the point of takedown happens. And he thinks it happened after the buzzer went off. So we will start the second round. Score is 6-0 for Sam Montgomery. They'll start neutral on their feet. Sam shoots in for the double, drops to a single, gets the lift, and is going to get another 3-point takedown. Score's going to be 9-0. Far side of the mat. Crowd's about 25% full, and Sam's going to let him get up. That's going to be a 1-point escape, so Zach Hill will have a 1-point escape. Score will be 9-1, 1:30 left in the second period. On their feet, Sam shoots in. Zach counters it, gets his arms down in there. They get back to their feet. .106 left showing on the clock. Both wrestlers neutral on their feet. Sam shoots in for the double. He's going to get the double, but they're going to end up going out of bounds. And Sam had the double, but Zach rolled through it, so Sam could have ended up with the almost getting pinned, and Zach could have ended up with a takedown, but the ref awards neither. So score's going to be 9-1, 30 seconds left. They're going to bring him back to the center. Sam shoots for the single leg, can't get it. Zach now going to crossbody cradle. Can't get that, turns it into a single arm bar, puts Sam Montgomery on his back. 20 seconds left showing on the clock. Ref's down, taking a look, and Sam Montgomery is going to get pinned with 15 seconds showing on the second period. While he was leading by a score of 9-4, just makes a mistake there, ends up on his back. And Zach Hill from Evanston with the pin. Up next, we're going to have Miles Norris from Evanston and Logan MacArthur from South Summit. Logan shoots in for the double, has the legs. Just got to get that lift. He drops one leg, duck turns it into a duck under, gets around for a three-point takedown. So Logan MacArthur on top. Miles going to get the escape. Just checking my notes here. Scores now is going to be 6-2. Sam shoots in for the single, can't get it. Miles does a good job of getting his arms down in there, stretching out. Sam now going to a single. He has the leg. They're going to end up going out of bounds. Ref will stop him and bring him back. One minute left showing on the clock. Logan McCarthy leading by a score of 6-2 over Miles Norris. Logan shoots for the double. He gets the legs, he gets the lift, he gets around behind him. He's going to get the three-point takedown. Score's going to be 9-2. Logan McCarthy on top, trying to break down Miles Norris. Doing a good job keeping that weight on him. Tries to do a roll under cradle, and he's going to get it. He's going to put Miles on his back for a few minutes. Ref's down taking a look, and Logan McCarthy is going to get the pin over Miles Norris. So first win there for South Summit JV. Logan McCarthy pinning Miles Norris. Up next at 165, we're going to have Chad Emmett from Evanston and Crew Beckstead from South Summit. Chad shoots in for the single, has the leg. Crew doing a good job getting those arms down, stretching out, but not enough. Chad Emmett's going to get the three-point takedown. Working towards the far side of the mat. Oh, okay. Evanston. Wrestlers end up going out of bounds. Chad Emmett, Crew Beckstead. Ref will bring him back. Crew will be on the bottom, Chad on top. Crew getting to his feet, trying to break that grip. Chad trying to trip him. Nice job of Crew there of turning around and getting him faced. Gets the one-point escape. Score's going to be 1-3 with 1:15 left here in the first period. Both wrestlers still neutral. Chad reaching in, can't get anything. Chad shoots in for the single, gets the single, doing the lift. Nice cross face there by Crew, but it's not enough. Chad's going to get another 3-point takedown. Score is going to be 6-1 with 42 seconds left on the clock. Chad working that half, trying to get Crew on his back. Does a figure 4 on the head now. Hard crossface there from Chad Emmett. Working on getting around behind him. Starts working that cradle a little bit. Can't do the cradle. Really just rolls him over without any armbar or half Nelson. 14 seconds left showing on the clock. Chad Emmett not going to be able to score any points until, yep, I don't think he's going to score any point. Nope, they're going to give him 2 points for a near fall. Score is going to be 8-1 to start the second period. They're going to take a medical timeout. Still have a little bit of this laryngitis going on. I had somebody come and tell me that it is Evanston, not Evanston. So my apologies. Still dealing with a little bit of a cold that I got like 3 weeks ago. Can't seem to get over it, which is affecting my voice a little bit. Still working on getting that nosebleed to stop there on Crew Beckstead. Okay, ref's going to bring him back. And they'll start the second period. I do believe that Crew won the toss, and he deferred, and Chad Emmett chose to start the second round on the bottom. Chad trying to do a back out. Crew turns it into a cradle. Can he roll him over and score any points from it? Crew loses his grip halfway through it and ends up on his back, so now Chad's on top. Crew's on his back, ref's down taking a look, clock ticking down at 1:38. Ref's still taking a look. And this doesn't look good for Crew right now. This is a good solid stick. Emmett just got to pull that head up to keep him from bridging. Emmett still pulling on that head. Clock ticks down to 1:19. Ref still taking a look, and now we're going to get the pin. Chad Emmett is going to pin Crew Beckstead. Up next, Lucas Wright from Evanston and Jesse Garcia from South Summit. £175 weight class. Jesse shoots in. He's going to get underneath him and not, take him down. He's going to get the 3-point takedown. Jesse a little high on him. Trying to get back around behind him as Lucas starts circling around. Good job now by Jesse of tying up that leg. Getting Lucas broke down, flat on his stomach, starts working that arm, goes to the half. Lucas doing a good job of getting those arms back out there, not letting Jesse get it threaded through. Jesse now with that crossbody tight waist. Getting really close to coming out of bounds. 1 minute left showing on the clock. Jesse gets him on his back, ref's down taking a look, and Jesse's gonna get the pin. So Jesse Garcia pinning Lucas Wright in the first round. Up next, Daniel Watson from Evanston and Andrew Harline from South Summit. Andrew reaching for that leg. Both wrestlers still on their feet. Andrew tries to go for a kind of a headlock, but cannot get his arms leg. Jesse grabs the, Daniel grabs the leg, turns it into a single, drops, goes to a double. They end up going out of bounds before any points are scored. Ref's gonna stop, bring him back to the center. Immediately on the whistle, Andrew shoots in for the single, misses. Daniel does a good job of getting his arms in there, stretching out. Andrew trying to keep him in there. Daniel with a quick head chuck there, gets around behind him for a 3-point takedown. Now he's going to get the 1-point escape. So score is going to be 3-1 with 1 minute left in the first period. Andrew working those arms, trying to work into a throw, pulls back out of it. Both wrestlers still on their feet. See Andrew still leaning towards trying to work into that headlock. Trying to set that up, and he does. He shoots for the headlock, misses. Turns into that standing armbar. Jesse grabs the feet, Daniel grabs the feet, ends up taking Daniel grabs the leg, takes Andrew down, and ends up pinning Andrew Harlan with 30 seconds left in the first period. Just a quick mistake there by Andrew, cost him the match. So Andrew Harline getting pinned by Daniel Watson. Up next from Evanston, we got Cooper Westenskow and Guy Conklin. 100 heavyweight weight class. Guy doing a good job here, staying on his feet, keeping good balance. Wrestlers tied up there on their feet. Want to see Guy reach down and do that ankle pick right now. He keeps pulling Cooper into him, and Cooper takes the step, which is what you try to do with those ankle picks. You just try to get him to step one side or another. You reach down, you pop that ankle, you got your takedown, especially in these upper weight classes. Right there. If he would just pop down and hit that ankle, Cooper Westenskow's leaving it there for him. Now Guy working into a bear hug. Can't quite get it. Cooper's able to pull those arms. 1 minute left on the clock, first period. Guy Conklin, Cooper Westenskow. Guy trying to work into a headlock. He almost gets it. Now he does a perfect step behind, almost gets it. Cooper turns that into a headlock and puts Guy on his back. Cooper pulling up that arm, sucking it down. Guy ending up on his back, not in good shape here. 21 seconds left on the clock. If Guy can just keep that shoulder off the mat for another 15 seconds. Cooper trying to get the pin. Guy doing a good job keeping that shoulder off. But it's not going to be good enough. With 6 seconds left on the clock, Guy Conklin ends up getting pinned by Cooper Westenskow. So we had 3 wins there by South Summit wrestlers, and Evanston won the rest. Currently clock showing at 6 o'clock. I don't think Varsity's supposed to start until 7. Oh, but looks like we do have another match. And I don't have that. It looks like it could be Easton Garden and Winston Watts. Easton Garden, Winston Watts at 144 pounds. Nice head shock there by Winston, but he doesn't follow through with it. Easton shoots in for the double. Has the legs, got to do the lift. Getting close to going out of bounds. He's still trying to get the lift. He's just got to get his head pulled out and around behind him, and he's going to get the 3-point takedown right now. So Easton with a 3-point takedown. He's on top, Winston Watts on the bottom. They are near the far side of the mat, ready to go out of bounds. Easton working on that arm. Winston trying to get back to his hands and knees. Want to see Easton stay back around behind him. That allows Winston to get to his feet, and a good tight waist and an ankle trip there for Easton takes Winston right back down. Winston getting to his feet again, trying to get the escape. Easton grabs the leg, can't keep it long enough, and Winston's going to get the 1-point escape. Score is going to be 3-1 for Easton Garden. 40 seconds left on the clock. Easton shoots in for the double. He ends up getting it. He's going to get the 3-point takedown. On top again, score is going to be 6-1 with 30 seconds left in the clock. Easton now working the half Nielsen. He gets the arm threaded. He gets him on his back, and he's going to pin him. So Easton, with 24 seconds left on the clock in the first round, pins Winston Watts. Okay, with that, I believe that is the end of the JV bout tonight. 6 o'clock, so we will have probably about an hour break before they start the varsity. So we'll tune back in about 6:45. We'll watch the national anthem and the face-off, and we'll have some more wrestling action right about 7 o'clock. So until then, we're going to tune off, and we'll be back on the air shortly. Okay, we are back here live. We are getting ready to start with the varsity wrestling. We just had the national anthem. And we are going to start with the face-off. I'm going to hold the mic out so you can hear it from the announcer.
From Evanston, Tegan Schroeder. And from South Summit, Ford Thornton. At 113 pounds, from Evanston, Emery Kohler. And from South Summit, Carter Crittenden. At 120 pounds, Blake Pulver has a forfeit. At 126 pounds, from Evanston, Porter Hoover. From South Summit, Dakota Boger. At 132 pounds, from Evanston, Lucas Heffelbauer. From South Summit, Bear Winter. At 138 pounds, from Evanston, Tyson Standifer. From South Summit, Cash Atkinson. At 144 pounds, from Evanston, Wendell Puno. And from South Summit, Brigade Crittenden.
Yeah, that's the one I did. The default one was probably the second one.
At 150 pounds, from Evanston, Gray Hamilton.
Oh, yes.
From South Summit, Zane
I
Winter.
didn't know where to go.
No, you're good. I'm late. Okay.
157 pounds, from Evanston, Mason Waxaw. From South Summit, Bryce Pulver.
What we're going to do is just, we're going to not have them have a logo for a bit.
At 165 pounds, from Evanston, Garrett Horton. South Summit, Gage Prescott.
Your chest, I assume.
Yeah.
At 175 pounds, from Evanston, Damian Western Scow. And from South Summit, Brody Larson.
Color, like orangish.
No, they're the Devils, so they look like red.
At 190 pounds, Peyton Mills from Evanston. And from South Summit, Brian Freeman. At 215 pounds, from Evanston, David McCoy. From South Summit, Bo Jackson.
And then I just need to change this.
And at 285, from Evanston, Sergio Locano. From South Summit, Traven Boger.
We're just letting it see. We're a little further away from the wrestlers, but there's no like nausea.
If I can get captains in the middle, please.
Is there, when's our next home match? This
This
is
is the
it,
last one.
other than the girls' high country classic.
Which is next Saturday.
Yeah.
If you wanted to come and support, yes, you could. Do you want me to tell you grades?
Just
For our
for
wrestlers.
Carter Crittenden
Freshman,
and Kaysen Atkinson
that's Cash Atkinson. He's
Cash.
a sophomore.
and Gage Prescott.
Senior.
Senior?
Yes.
Okay, we are going to get going here. We hope you were able to hear that face-off. Our first match, 106 pounds, is going to be Ford Thornton and Tegan Schroeder.
All right, our first match of the night.
Should put Wildcats
At 106 pounds, from Evanston, Tegan Schroeder. From South Summit, Ford Thornton.
We can change it. Do you want to change it?
I hadn't even thought about it until right now.
Ford Thornton coming onto the mat.
That's how you spell it, right?
I don't know. I can look it up. That is Devils.
Okay, they're the Red Devils.
Okay, then yes, that's the correct spelling. Wildcats is one word for us.
And here we go. Ford Thornton, Tegan Schroeder. Tegan shooting in for the double. Ford doing a good job forcing that head down, getting those legs in there. Stretching out, doesn't allow him to get it. Tegan reaching in there again. Ford goes to a crossbody cradle. Has the arm and the leg. He's gonna roll him out of bounds. They're dangerously close here out of bounds. Clock is still ticking. Ref's still letting him wrestle. And a good job there by Ford to get him back onto the mat. He's gonna put Tegan on his back. Ref's gonna get down and take a look. He will get the 3-point takedown. But until he clears that shoulder, he's not going to be able to put him on his back. I think Ford realizes that. He drops the cradle. He goes back, stacks him, and he's going to get the pin. Oh, nope. They are going to say he's out of bounds. So he got the 3-point takedown. He got 4 points, 3 points near fall, and another 2 points near fall. That's going to put the score at 8-0. And referee's going to stop for a medical timeout real quick. They are cleaning some blood off the mat. Still in the first period. And Ford getting a takedown and 2 near falls. So wrestlers all cleaned up, ready to go. Ref's going to bring them back. They will start again with 1:10 showing on the clock, first period. Tagan will be on the bottom. Ford Thornton will be on top. Tagan gets set. Ford takes his place, and we start again. Tagan immediately going to his feet. Ford with a nice lift there, takes him right back down. Ford working on that single arm bar, has the tight waist. Clock ticks down to 1 minute. Stacks him, gets his shoulders on the back. He's going to get some near fall points, 2 of them. Score's going to be 10-0. Tagan able to get back to his hands and knees. Ford working that single arm bar. Tagan goes to his feet. Ford does the lift, takes him right back down. Shooting the half Nilsson. He's going to try to roll him over. Gets a little bit high on him, and Tagan is able to duck out from under him, and Tagan is maybe going to get a 1-point escape. Nope. Ford does a good job of grabbing the leg and keeping him from getting that 1-point escape. They're getting close to going out of bounds on the far side. Clock ticks down to 10 seconds, and ref's going to stop him and bring him back to the center of the mat. Score is showing 10-0 for Ford Thornton. Actually 11.5 seconds showing on the clock. Tagan will start on the bottom.
Just real quick, click over there, see if we're properly live, and to do that, mouse over and drag it all the way to the right.
Tagan set, Ford comes on top.
They're wrestling way over there.
Immediately, Tagan goes to his feet, trying to get the 1-point escape. Ford with a nice tight waist, ankle trip, trips him right back down, puts him flat, trying to stack him. 2 seconds left on the clock. He's not going to get any points for it. Time's going to run out. Score is 10-0 at the end of 1. Ford wins the toss. He's going to defer to the second round. Tagan is going to choose to start the second period neutral. So 10-0, starting 2. They tie up. Ford shoots in for the double, drops to a single, pulls the arm, puts Tagan on his back. He has an automatic reverse arm bar there. He's going to get 2 points in the near fall unless he can put him down. The ref's going to stop the match and say 13-0 is a major decision. That gives that last 2 points gave him the major decision of 13-0. So match is stopped. Ford wins. Major decision, second period. Up next at 113 pounds, Carter Crittenden, Emery Kohler. And here we go. And they end up going out of bounds right off the bat. Ref brings them back to the center, still neutral, no points. Emery shoots in for the double, gets the legs, gets the lift, gets the 3-point takedown. Carter Crittenden on the bottom now. Emery Kohler on top. Emery working that half Nelson, trying to put Carter on his back. He's getting him there. Carter really doing a good job of staying on his stomach and not exposing that back to the mat. Nice hard crossface there by Emery. Carter tying up those legs. Carter able to get back to his hands and knees. Emery tying up the legs. So Carter in much better shape now with 1 minute left on the clock, first period. Score is 0-3. Emery doing a tight waist with the arm. Carter doing a good job staying spread out, staying in good balance. Emery does have the leg looped. It looks like he's going to try to do a stack here. Hard cross face, but Carter does a good job of hanging onto that leg and doesn't allow Emery to get in there for a cross face. Now Emery's able to get the cross face, break that grip of Carter off of his leg. Emery's starting to work the cradle. He has the arms and the leg, has the head. He's going to roll Carter over. Carter in trouble with 25 seconds left. Ref's down taking a look, and Carter's going to get pinned with 21 seconds left in the first period. So Carter Crittenden losing to Emery Kohler in the second round. First round.
At 120 pounds, winner by forfeit, Blake Pulver.
We have a 4 foot now. Blake Pulver will win by 4 foot. Evanston didn't have a wrestler that way. Evanston.
From Evanston, Porter Hoover. From South Summit, Dakota Boger.
Up next at 126 pounds, Dakota Boger wrestling Porter Hoover. Here comes Dakota onto the mat. And that's how we'll get started with the first round. Dakota reaches in for the single, getting the lift, drops to a double. Back to the single, trying to take him down, and he does, gets the 3-point takedown. Dakota Boger taking down Porter Hoover. Porter trying to get back to his hands and knees, nice cross, tight waist there with an elbow chop. Now Dakota working into that single arm bar. He's gonna try to walk it around, but Porter doing a good job of keeping that leg stretched out, doesn't allow him to walk it around. Dakota's got to get him broke down flat before he can walk that single arm around. Does a little roll under. He's gonna expose Porter's back, but he's not gonna get enough to score any near fall points. Very close to going out of bounds on the far side. Clock ticks down to 1 minute. Score is 3-0 for Dakota Boger over Porter Hoover. Ref stops him, bring him back to the center. 59.4 seconds on the clock. Porter Hoover will be on the bottom, Dakota Boger on top. Porter immediately goes to his feet. Dakota does a good job taking him back down. Porter back to his feet, and he's going to get the 1-point escape. Score's going to be 3-1. Both wrestlers neutral on their feet. Nice little head drag there by Dakota, driving Porter's head down into the mat. Porter has a hold of the leg, doesn't allow Dakota to get the takedown. Now a nice little lift and carry there by Dakota puts Porter down on the mat. Dakota has the single arm bar. He has him broken down. Now he can walk it around. 20 seconds left showing on the clock. Dakota's going to walk that around. He's going to put Porter's back to the mat. Ref down taking a look. 15 seconds left on the clock. Dakota's got a good double arm there with the stacked on his back. Ref taking a look. 6 seconds left on the clock. Dakota's still got to pull that one arm to get that other shoulder onto the mat. Time's going to run out before he can do it. He's going to get 3 points near fall. Score's going to be 11-1, starting 2. 12-1, starting 2. Dakota will start 2 on the bottom. He's set. Porter on top. And that's how we'll go with 2. Dakota going to his feet. Trying to break the grip, gets the 1-point escape. Score's going to be 13-1. Both wrestlers on their feet neutral. And they're going to end up going out of bounds. Ref's going to stop him, bring him back. 13-1, 1:44 on the clock. Oh, nice little head drag there by Dakota. Drops Porter onto the mat. Dakota jumps up to do that side cradle, buries his head inside, doesn't get his hands locked, turns it into a single leg and ends up taking down Porter. He's going to get the 3-point takedown as they go out of bounds. Score's going to be 16-1. Ref will bring him back to the center, and that's going to be a major decision. Dakota Boger over Porter Hoover with a major decision. 1:23 left in the second round.
From South Summit, Bear Winter.
Up next, Bear Winter, South Summit, Lucas Harrybauer from Evanston, 132-pound weight class. Bear Winter, Lucas Heflebauer. Bear shoots in for the single, gets it, does the lift, trips the ankle. Doesn't get him all the way down. Lucas trying to get out of bounds and does. They are going to give Bear 3 points for the takedown, so they will start again. Lucas will be on the bottom. Bear is saying, hey, I'm just going to let him up, give him the 1 point now, so score will be 3-1. Ref will start him neutral. Both wrestlers still on their feet. 1:33 left in the first period. Bear shoots in, gets the single, gets the takedown. Score's going to be 6-1. Lucas trying to stay on his feet. Bear working those arms. Bear gets him broke down now with a tight waist and an elbow chop. Working on that single arm bar. He's going to try to roll him over with a single arm bar without using the half. I think he's going to try to do a roll under right here. And you just got to make sure you have that arm secure when you do the roll under, otherwise it catches you on your back. So he thinks the better of it because he doesn't quite have that single arm bar deep enough. Lucas doing a good job of keeping that arm straight. Now he does the roll under. He's able to get Lucas back to the mat. He is going to get some near foul points. 28 seconds left on the clock, first period. Okay, now he's got the single arm bar deep and he gets him pinned. That was a quick pin. Lucas's back was not on the mat very long. And Bear, with 21 seconds left in the first period, pins Lucas Harrybauer.
From Evanston, Kyson Standifer. From South Summit, Cash Atkinson.
Up next at 138-pound weight class, Cash Atkinson and Kyson Standifer. And we'll go with that one. Cash shoots in for the ankle, has it, turns it to a double. Has to clear his head to get the takedown. Does, and will now get gets the 3-point takedown. Tight waist, wrist drag, loops the leg. Kyson doing a good job keeping spread out, keeping his weight spread out, keeping Cash from rolling him over. Cash still working that upper body. Gets a little bit high on him, but he keeps the leg. Getting way high, but he has the leg. Still working, trying to get him rolled over. Clock ticks down to 1 minute. Score is 3-0. Cash Atkinson over Kyson Standifer. Kyson trying to duck out from behind him. Cash loops the leg. Kyson going to his feet. Cash with a nice crossface. And almost an escape before they go out of bounds, but not quite. Score will still be 3-0. Nope, he's going to give him the escape. Score will be 3-1, 45 seconds left in the first period. He'll bring him back, start him neutral. Wrestlers tie up. Cash shoots in for the single. turns to a double, trying to do the lift. Gets the head clear, and I think he is going to get another three-point takedown right now. Has him in a cradle, puts Kyson on his back and pins him. So just that quick, gets the single leg, rolls it into a cradle, and Cash Atkinson pins Kyson Standifer.
At 144 pounds, from Evanston, Wendell Hunold. From Sussex, Riggin Crittenden.
Up next at 144 pounds, we have Riggin Crittenden and Wendell Hunold. Riggin Crittenden, Wendell Hunold. And we'll go with that. Immediately, Riggin shoots in for the single. He has the single. Got to clear the head. Still trying to do the lift. Wendell doing a good job stretching out, keeping him from getting that takedown. Riggin working that harder. Wendell keeps a hold of that leg. It keeps Riggin from getting the takedown. Riggin's still in control. It doesn't look it because Wendell is still on top, but Riggin just has to clear the head. Ref's gonna stop him for a stalemate. No point scored. Brings him back to the center, starts him neutral. Riggin kind of shoots in for the ankle, doesn't get it. Shoots in for the single. Hard crossface there by Wendell, keeps Riggin from getting the single. And now Wendell's able to get around behind him with the crossface. They're still on their feet, no point scored. Wendell has to take him down. And now he does. He's gonna get the 3 points. Score's gonna be tied at 3. Sorry, score's gonna be 0-3. And they end up going out of bounds. So 45 seconds left on the clock in 1. Score is 0-3 for Wendell Hunold from Evanston and Riggin Crittenden. Ref will bring him back to the center. Riggin will be on the bottom, Wendell on the top. 45 seconds left on the clock, and here we go. Wendell starts working that single arm bar. Gets a little bit high on him. Riggin does a good job of taking advantage of it. He just needs to clear the head, and he'll get a 2-point reversal, which he now does. So now we have a score of 2-3 with 30 seconds left on the clock. Riggin now on top of Wendell. Trying to work towards that cradle. He gets the hand and the leg. Does he get his hand locked? No, can't do it. Backs back out of it. Hard crossface there by Riggin. Clock ticks down to 10 seconds. Riggin starts working the cradle on the other side. He has the arm and the head. Can he get the leg? Not before time runs out. And the first period is going to come to an end. Score is 2-3 for Wendell. Riggin wins the toss. He defers. Wendell's going to start the second round neutral. So they'll be on their feet. Still on their feet. Score is 2-3 in the second period. Wendell trying to do a little step behind there. Shoots in for the Firemen's, drops to a single. Riggin with a good job grabbing the ankle so he doesn't score the points. They are near the outside edge of the boundary there. And ref is probably going to call him out of bounds because they're kind of in a stalemate, and he does. He says they're out of bounds, going to bring him back to the center, start him neutral. Score still 2-3, 1:20 left in the second period. Riggin with a nice head drag, turns it into a Fireman's, can't get it, has to back out. Riggin still reaching for that single, but can't quite get it. Still on their feet, still neutral. 50 seconds left on the clock for a second period. Shoots in for the Firemen's. Has the leg, can't get the lift. He just didn't follow through with that fireman's carry. Now Wendell stretching way out, breaking that grip. 30 seconds left on the clock. They get back to their feet. Wendell gets around behind him, and he's just going to do that leg trip. Wendell trying to get a takedown. Still no points scored. Almost out of bounds. Wendell trying to do a trip. Trips him, but Bear turns it into a reverse half. Ends up with the 3-point takedown. Score's going to be 5-3. 10 seconds left, second period. Riggin now working on the cradle. He gets the leg, he gets the head. Does he have enough time to get him on his back to score some points? He gets him on his back. 1 second left on the clock, and time's going to run out. Probably going to get 2 points near fall. But ref's not going to give it to him, so it's 5-3 to start the third period. Riggin chooses to start on top. Wendell will be on the bottom. Score is 5-3, start of the third round. Oh, false start. Wendell anticipating the whistle there. The ref didn't blow it. He's going to give him a warning. Wendell back on the bottom. Riggin comes on top. And they will start the third period. Wendell goes to his feet. Riggin trying to stay behind him. Riggin trying to break that grip to get the 1-point escape, and does. Score will be 5-4. Both wrestlers neutral on their feet. Still neutral on their feet. Riggin working into it, looks like a bear hug. Turns it into a headlock. He's going to put Wendell on his back. A nice tight headlock. 1 minute left on the clock. Riggin sucking that headlock up. He has the arm in the head. He should be able to pin him here. Ref down, taking a look. Riggin's going to really have to pull that up. And gets it. So Riggin Crittenden with the pin. 49 seconds left, shown in the third period.
Winner by fall, Riggin Crittenden.
Riggin, a junior here at South Summit.
At 150 pounds, from Evanston, Gray Hamilton. From South Summit, Zane Winter.
Next match at 150 pounds, Gray Hamilton from Evanston, Zane Winter, a senior with his last home match. Zane Winter, Gray Hamilton. Gray shooting in for that single. Zane with a good good job trying to stretch out, but Zane gets the lift, takes him down, doesn't get the points. Now Zane is able to get on top of him, puts Zane on his back. No points scored yet. Zane still has a hold of the leg. Gray still has a hold of his leg. Score is still 0-0. Now Zane getting a little bit behind him. Zane doing a good job stretching out. Zane tries to go to a standing cradle. He has the arms and the leg locked. Now Zane is able to clear his head, but the ref says, nope, you're out of bounds. Stops him, brings him back to the center of the mat. No points scored, 1:12 left on the clock. So all of that, no points. Wrestlers are started again neutral on their feet. Zane shoots in for that single, turns it into a fireman's, puts Zane down, puts Gray down. Zane on top now. Ref still not giving him the takedown points until now. Gives him the 3-point takedown. Score's going to be 3-0, 40 seconds left on the clock, first period. Zane working that cradle. Gray able to get to his feet. Zane trying to hang on. Nice job of an ankle pick with a leg grab there by Zane. Sticks him on his back in a stack and gets the pin with 23-7 left showing on the first period. So Zane getting a big takedown there with an ankle pick and a step behind, stacks him up and pins him. Up next, another one of our seniors, Bryce Pulver, will be wrestling Mason Wagstaff. Bryce Pulver, another one of his last home mat matches. Bryce Pulver, Mason Wagstaff. Mason does a duck under. He's behind him, still on his feet. Bryce with a good job breaking the grip, turns around, shoots in for a single. No point scored. Turns it into a headlock. Still can't get it. Chicken wing there on Mason, and is able to get him down and get the 3-point takedown before they go out of bounds. So 1:29 on the clock. Ref stops him, bring him back to the center. Mason will be on the bottom, Bryce on top. Score is 3-0. Mason trying to go to his feet. Nice tight waist, elbow chop, turns it into an arm bar. Tries to roll him on his back with a tight waist and an arm bar. Starts walking it around. Mason doing a good job of keeping his balance, keeping his legs spread out. Bryce stacks him and turns it into a pin that quick. Bryce Pulver with the pin in the first round. 1 minute showing left on the clock. And our senior Bryce Pulver gets the pin over Mason Wagstaff. Up next, another senior, Gage Prescott, Garrett Horton. Gage Prescott, Garrett Horton. Tying up there in the center of the mat, still on their feet. Gage shoots in, can't get it, has to back out. Garrett shoots in for the double. Zane does a good job getting his hands in there. Garrett tries to turn it into a fireman's carry. Gage catches him on his back for just a minute, flips around behind him, gets the 3-point takedown. Gage now working on that cradle, drops, goes to a half. Nice set out there by Garrett, trying to get away, can't do it. Gage gets the cradle. Garrett stretching out, trying to break his grip. They're almost out of bounds. Gage trying to drag him back in bounds. He has the cradle, he has the arm and the leg and the head, but can he roll him in bounds? If he tries to roll him now, they're gonna go out. Ref's gonna stop him anyway and say you're out of bounds. 55 seconds on the clock. Gage Prescott leading by a score of 3-0. Ref will stop him, bring him back to the center. Garrett Horton will be on the bottom. Gage Prescott on top. And we'll start again. Gage trying to work into that cradle, can't get it. Goes to the other side, pulls the head, pulls the leg. Does he have it linked? Garrett still on the bottom, Gage still on top. Gage trying to hook that cradle up. 30 seconds left showing on the clock. And he gets the cradle and rolls him over. Ref's gonna get down, take a look. 20 seconds left. Gage has a nice tight cradle. He has the arm where it's supposed to be. Can he pin him? Gage now with a good leg kick, getting that, clearing that leg that Garrett was bridging on. Ref still taking a look, and I think he's got it right there. So Gage getting the pin with 2.4 seconds left, showing on the clock, first period. Team score currently at 46-6.
At 175 pounds, from Evanston, Damian Westernskow. From South Summit, Brody Larson.
Up next, a junior, Brody Larson, wrestling Damian Westonskow. If y'all remember last Monday night, we had Brody Larson's last match ended up in a ejection from by Brody's opponent. We'll see how Brody does here with Damian Westonskow. These guys really getting after it again. Brody's had 2 nights of head slapping now. Damian tries to do a head chuck there. Brody doesn't fall for it. Brody now has a kind of a reverse headlock. What's he going to do with it? Nothing. He's going to let it go. Both wrestlers still neutral. 30 seconds into the first round. No points scored. Oh, and then Damian trying to do a step behind there, almost gets it. Brody shoots in, can't get it. Damian shoots in, can't get it. Still neutral, clock ticks down to 1 minute. Damian tries to do another step behind, but he didn't have the distance. Now a big time bear hug by Brody. What can he do with it? Nothing, they end up going out of bounds. Ref's gonna stop him, bring him back to the center neutral. 51 seconds left on the clock, first round. Score 0-0. Nice head chuck there by Damian. Can't make anything out of it. A double leg by Damian. He gets the lift. And Brody does a good job with a backhand throw, puts Damian on his back. Ref's down taking a look, 26 seconds left on the clock. And a nice good throw there by Brody to put Damian right on his back. Ref down taking a look. Most of them is still inbound, so we should be good there. Can Brody stick that with 12 seconds left? Brody pressuring down on that shoulder. Ref still taking a look. 5 seconds left, 3 seconds left. Time's gonna expire. He's going to get the 3-point takedown, plus he should get another, oh, he got the 3-point takedown. He'll get another 4 points near foul. Score will be 7-0 to start the second round. Brody wins the toss, he defers. Damian chooses to start the second round neutral. So both wrestlers on their feet again. Still circling around. Guessing Damian's gonna try to do that step behind again. Looks like he's setting it up. Now they're both into a bear hug. They end up going out of bounds. 1:27 left on the clock, score still 7-0. Ref stops him, brings him back to the center. Brody shoots in, can't get anything. Turns back into a bear hug. Brody now tries to do an ankle trip, gets it, puts Damian on his back. Ref down, taking a look. He's gonna get the 3 points takedown, which will put it 10-0. He's gonna get another 4 for a near fall. 56 seconds left showing on the clock. Brody's gonna let him up. Score will be 14-0. Brody shoots in for a fireman's, has the arm. Can he clear his head with 42 seconds left? And now Brody gets him on his back again once he clears the head. Ref's down taking a look. 34 seconds left on the clock and Brody's gonna get the pin. 33 seconds left on the clock, first period. Second period.
At 190 pounds, from Evanston, Peyton Mills. From South Summit, Brian Freeman.
190 pounds, we have Tatum Mills from Evanston, Brian Freeman from South Summit. Brian Freeman, a sophomore here at South Summit. And here we go. Brian Freeman, Tatum Mills. Brian immediately shoots in trying to do a fireman's, can't get it. Backs out, comes back to the center. Tatum now ties up. Brian shooting for the fireman, drops to a single. Pulls both legs, gets around and gets the three-point takedown. Brian a little high on him, so he turns it into a figure four on the waist. Works down, working on that half Nelson. Brian still with that figure four around the waist, mostly because he got a little high on him. Now he drops the figure four, gets back in shape. Nope. Tatum tries to back out from under him, so Brian goes back to the figure four. Brian trying to get that half on him. Clock ticks down to 1 minute. Brian goes to the other side with the chicken wing. He's going to roll him over. He's going to get him on his back. And gets way too far over on him. And now Tatum's going to come around, and once he clears that arm, he is going to get a reversal. Brian now on the bottom. So Brian gets the 4-point near fall, puts the score at 7-0. Tatum now gets the reversal, puts the score at 7-2. So Tatum on top. 27 seconds left in the first period. Tatum kind of trying to do a half Nelson there. Brian doing a set out, gets to his feet, turns it into a headlock. Doesn't get the chest to chest, flips his leg over. Now he gets the chest to chest. He's going to get a 2-point reversal, and he would have had the pin, but time ran out. So he's going to get a 2-point reversal, putting it at 9-2. Then he's going to get a 4-point near foul, 3-point near foul, putting it at 12-2. So we'll start the second round, 12-2. Brian wins the toss, defers. Tatum is going to start the second round. Sorry, Tatum wins the toss. He's going to defer. Brian is going to start neutral. So starting the second round, 12-2, wrestlers on their feet neutral. Nice fireman's there by Tatum, but he doesn't get it followed through. Brian puts him on his back and pins him. So 9 seconds into the second round, Brian Freeman gets the pin.
Winner by call, Brian Freeman. At 215 pounds, from Evanston, David
Brian
McCoy.
Freeman, the sophomore, with the big pin there in the second round. Up next, Bo Jackson, another senior here at South Summit, wrestling his final home match against David McCoy. Bo Jackson, David McCoy. Bo trying to turn into a headlock, turns into a double arm grab. McCoy does a step, David McCoy does a step behind and ends up getting a takedown on Bo Jackson. So now McCoy with the 3 points takedown. Jackson on the bottom, McCoy does a little roll under. Bo Jackson does a good job rolling through it. Trying to get back to his feet, but they're gonna go out of bounds before he can get the escape. Ref's gonna stop him. Bo Jackson will be on the bottom. David McCoy will be on the top. 1:27 left in the first period. Score is 0-3. David McCoy breaking him down with the tight waist. McCoy tying up those legs. Bo trying to go to his feet, gets to his feet. Can he break that grip and face him and get the escape? He breaks the grip, turns to face him, and David McCoy turns it into a double leg. They end up going out of bounds. Bo Jackson does not get the escape. Ref's gonna stop him, bring him back to the center. Bo Jackson on the bottom. 1:05 left on the clock, score is 0-3. Ref's giving him a warning now because David McCoy did not cover the navel. 1:05 left in the first period, and here we go. Bo Jackson on the bottom goes to his feet, trying to break that grip again. McCoy does a lift, takes Jackson back down. Jackson back to his feet again, turns to face him. Can he break the grip and get away? No, David McCoy grabs the single leg and takes him back down. 42 seconds left on the clock, score still 0-3. Wrestlers at the near side of the mat, right on the edge. David McCoy gets that single arm bar, pulls it up tight. He's gonna try to roll Bo Jackson over. Turns it into a chicken wing. Bo's able to get it free. Tight waist and an elbow chop by David McCoy takes Jackson back down. Still working on that single arm bar. And time is gonna run out in the first period before any points are scored. 0-3 to start the second round. David McCoy wins the toss. He defers. Bo Jackson is going to start neutral. Ref starts him again. Wrestlers still neutral on their feet. They end up going out of bounds, no points scored. Still on their feet. And McCoy does a duck under. He's going to get another 3-point takedown. Score's going to be 0-6. David McCoy still on top, getting Bo Jackson broke down. Tries to roll him over. Bo gets almost free, can't do it, has to roll back to his stomach. 52 seconds left in the second period. Score still 0-6. Now David McCoy's going to get a 3-point near fall. Score will be 0-9. And now, with a turn of events, David McCoy tries to do a roll under, gets stuck on his back, loses his grip, gives Bo Jackson the reversal, and Bo Jackson ends up pinning him with his back showing. So a big pin there for Bo Jackson. 41 seconds left in the second period. Good way to end your last senior match at home. And our final match of the night is another senior from South Summit, Traven Boger, Sergio Licano. We've watched Traven Boger here for 4 years. Come on here and do an amazing job as the South Summit heavyweight. Traven comes in here, does a head drag, turns it into a side cradle, gets the 3-point takedown. He's going to let him back up. 1-point escape. Traven comes in on his feet, does a single leg. Can he get him back on the mat? Sergio ends up going out of bounds. Ref's still letting him wrestle. And he should get another 3-point takedown here. Ref's going to stop him going out of bounds. I don't think he's going to give him the other 3-point takedown. He's not. So scores 3-1 still. Traven with a clear takedown, doesn't get it. And Traven almost gets another takedown. They end up going out of bounds. Still no points. Score still 3-1. Ref stops him, brings him back to the center. 1:25 left on the clock. Traven shoots in for the double leg. Gets the double leg, clears the head, gets the 3-point takedown, turns it right into a half, puts Sergio on his back, and that's going to be it. Our final home duel of the season. This will be our final broadcast. We do have the girls' High Country Classic next Saturday. We are going to try to broadcast that one. But that will bring our night to a close. Team score 76-6, and another good bout with South Summit. Want to thank Katie and Ken again. They've been amazing providing audio and visual. And I want to thank y'all for listening.